Hi guys, it's Ellen Brock, freelance editor. Today I'm going to talk about how to self-edit your novel. So the main mistake that writers make when they self-edit is that they start small. They start by looking at the sentences, the language, and the word choices instead of looking at the big picture. This is going to take up a lot of time, and it's probably going to end up being wasted time because once you look at the big picture, you'll probably find that a lot of your sentences and a lot of your scenes and a lot of your plot points need to be changed. So the best and most effective way to self-edit is to start big and then work your way small. So I recommend that you start by looking at the character arc because that really molds a lot of elements of the story. So look at your character arc and determine, are you telling the story that you wanted to tell? Is the character learning a lesson? Is there a clear difference in the character from the beginning to the end? And does the journey across the character arc, through the character arc, does it make sense? Is it logical? Does it hold up? Once you know that your character arc is working, then I would move on to the plot points. If you're not sure what the plot points are, the main plot points, the first plot point, midpoint, second plot point, climax, I do have a series that I will link to that you can watch if you want to know what should happen at those plot points and where they should land in your novel. So once you look at those plot points, you can determine if the core structure of your novel is working. So once you know that that's the case, and you may find that it's just not the case, and it may take you a long time to fiddle with the story or adjust the story, and you may make some major changes to make sure that those plot points are present. Once you know that they're there, then you can move on to looking at your scenes. And I recommend looking at each scene individually. If you really want to be thorough about it, you could make a chart and you could chart out every single scene and you could write the conflict, the goal, the outcome of the scene, and you can really list everything out and look at it at a glance. This can help you to identify scenes that just aren't needed or aren't effective. So that is the next step in the process, is to get rid of those scenes that you don't need. And you might also want to look at scenes that just aren't having the level of tension that you want or aren't as emotional as you want. And you can look at, how can I make these scenes better? How can I make them more engaging? How can they have more conflict or more tension? And this is a stage where you can alter those scenes to be more interesting. So once you get through all of that, which will probably take a pretty good amount of time, then you can look at the line editing. You can go through your sentences and your paragraphs, and you can look for word choices that don't really fit, phrasing that's just kind of clunky, repeated words, point of view issues. There are lots and lots of potential things you can look for when you're line editing. So that is the order that I would self-edit. Start with the character arc, then the major plot points, then look for scenes that can be cut, then look for scenes that can be changed or improved, and then look at your sentences and go through line by line and adjust and improve the language. The line editing process for a lot of writers will take multiple passes. They might need to go through the manuscript 5 or 6 times to make sure everything sounds okay and to make sure they haven't made any mistakes with point of view or tense. So be patient with it. Make sure you give it the amount of time that you need because it's a really important part of the editing process. So I hope this video gave you a better idea of how you can self-edit your novel. If you have any questions or any video requests, you can post them in the comments, and I really hope this video helped. Please like, subscribe, and I really hope to see you guys again for another video soon.